What is up, Republic of Gamers, and welcome to ROG Pulse, the weekly podcast where we talk about all things in the Republic. My name is Solid Jake, and I'm joined here by one of our illustrious brains here at ASUS, Jeff Campman. Jeff, how are you?
Hey Jake, I'm doing great.
Now,
We're
Jeff, we
past Thanksgiving.
we yeah, we are, and we're now in the holiday mode. Are you getting festive in
Yeah.
any way?
Every season I'm like, I should put up decorations. And then if I did it, our cats would tear them all down in the house. So I have to keep the Christmas lights in my heart.
I've had cats that will just chew any wire, like my headphone wires and stuff in the past.
Yep.
And
Yep.
have you tried like putting lemon juice on your Christmas decorations to protect them? It sounds extreme, I know, but it works.
I have not tried that. The thing that stops ours would be that sort of nylon webbing that goes
Oh,
around
yep,
certain cables. Yeah,
fair.
but that would make for rather weird looking Christmas decor. So
Mm. Well, I decorated my house this weekend. I'm thrilled by it, spreading that Christmas cheer. And today, guys, if you're just tuning in for the first time or a frequent viewer, this is a show where we talk about all things ROG. Today, we're talking about the newly announced 3060 Ti graphics cards, the fourth edition to the 30 series here for RTX, and the most affordable
hmm
option on the line, coming in at around $399, of course, ranging with
and
each
up.
and up.
Yeah,
Yeah, because each card is a little bit different. Bells and
yeah.
whistles get tacked on, and it depends on the cooler and all that. That's kind of what we're talking about tonight. So, Jeff, I guess if we're giving someone the spiel, comparing this to previous generations, where does the 3060 Ti stand?
So the nice thing about Ampere as an enthusiast, the nice thing about the RTX 30 series in general, is that we get both higher performance overall, like the 3080 and 3090 just raised the bar for the absolute amount of performance you could get out of a PC graphics card.
Hmm.
But we're also seeing better um, performance at every common price point. So I've looked at the benchmarks for the RTX 3060 Ti, and it comes in at about the same place as last generation's RTX 2080 Super, and that was a $699 and up graphics card, and this is considerably less money. So, um,
399 versus 699
yep,
and up. Yeah, that's a huge difference.
it's like I was thinking to myself, it's nice to look at the Ferraris, but if you're an enthusiast, you're looking at that Golf GTI for your
Yep.
everyday driver, and this is that kind of card. So, but yeah, it's an incredibly capable 1920 by 1080 card. If you're trying to push just spectacular frame rates at 1920 by 1080, um, high refresh rates, I think 90 hertz and up, at 2560 by 1440. And if you have an adaptive sync or G-Sync monitor, and you're trying to do 4K, you can do that too with this card. So it's really versatile. Um, I think it's going to be a really nice sweet spot.
Cool. Yeah. Well, we here at Asus are making 4 different versions of this card. They're all gorgeous. They
hmm
all have
hmm
slight differences, but let's open up by talking about this Strix classic, 3060 Ti.
Yeah, for sure. So followers of ROG Strix cards will know that we revamped the cooler design for the Strix series this generation, and the 3060 Ti card gets that same improved cooler. This is an absolutely massive 2.9 slot heatsink, um, triple fans, as you can see. We've improved the design of those fans, improved the aerodynamics so that the intake airflow characteristics are better. There's a cutout in the back plate to allow exhaust airflow to enter your case's natural airflow path. Um, every part is designed to work better together to deliver the absolute best performance. And you know, reviews for this card are already out. The GPU core temperatures under load are just chilly,
Yeah.
and the noise levels are really low too. So yeah. So again, it's I like to think of this as the no compromises. Um, you want the best of everything card, and I certainly think it delivers.
got the beautiful RGB strip on the side. The
Oh yeah,
fans have
I
that glow on them.
completely
It's
yeah. I was gonna say I completely forgot. It's got the full length addressable
yep.
RGB LED strip on the side. Um, I don't know if you can see it in the images we have, but I've said this a million times about the Strix card, but I'll say it again because it's my favorite feature. Um, the Fan Connect 2 headers on the front edge of this card. There's a pair of headers. You can connect your case fans to them. And instead of having your system's fans respond to changes in CPU temperature under games, which really isn't representative of where the heat is, you can tie system fans into the graphics card's fan control logic. So, graphics card heats up, your intake fans spin up, you get a blast of cooling airflow right where you need it. So yeah, it's if you're a control freak, you're an extrovert, you know, you enjoy nice things, you want the best of everything. I think the Strix card will absolutely satisfy you.
Yeah. Yes, in chat asking if the fans do reflect the RGB on them. It does. With the fans are moving, you can see the RGB with it. It's
Hmm.
cool. It's a cool look.
Yeah, it's an
And
indirect lighting. It's
yeah.
yeah.
And also just kind of about the giveaway from the stream earlier today, guys. We don't have any news to share with you right now. I believe they'll be announcing that via social. But
Yeah.
we don't have a announcement to make here on the giveaway for the earlier announcements.
Hmm. Follow our social media accounts.
Yep. All right, moving down the line, we've got the TUF card. Similar, again, when we're looking at the other 30 series cards, it looks just like it.
Hmm. Well, so yeah, so if the Strix is the extrovert of the family,
Uh-huh.
the Tough Gaming card is kind of the stealthy introvert. It's that murdered out black finish, that anod or the alloy cooler shroud there. You have a small strip of RGB LEDs on the front of the card, but just enough to draw your eye to it. Um, it's still got it's still got that big beefy cooler on it. It's still got the cutout in the back plate to allow that exhaust airflow to flow out effectively. Um, but yeah, it's a much more under the radar design,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
some people are going to appreciate that.
it's a little bit less flashy, but a lot of people do prefer
Yeah.
that. They don't want a lighthouse in their room keeping
Mhm.
them awake at night if they have their PC on overnight, right?
And, and one thing you'll notice about these cards that's a little different from the prior 30 series cards is that there are 2 HDMI ports and 3 display ports. I think the 3080 has 2 HDMI, 2 DP. Let me check real quick. But if you're trying to run like a VR headset and multiple monitors,
I think
yeah,
this might have
you still get 5.
three DisplayPort and two HDMI. Yeah,
Oh yeah, you still get 5.
yeah,
It's 5 across the line. I'm sorry, that was my mistake.
yeah.
But yeah, you're still getting 2 HDMI 2.1 outputs, 3 display ports. It's really nice for multiple monitor setups or VR headsets. So
Chat's
yeah,
asking about Type C. Is this something that you think are you surprised we're not seeing more Type C in the current line, or what? Because we see it on laptops.
So the history of Type C on desktop graphics cards is interesting because in the prior generation, GeForce cards incorporated a connector called Virtual Link, which was supposed to carry power and data all over one cable through a USB-C connector.
Mhm.
I thought it was a great idea. I've actually used it to run a DisplayPort monitor using a USB-C to DisplayPort cable. Unfortunately, it didn't really see industry adoption.
Hmm.
So I don't know the rationale, but yeah, it's not on these cards.
I find it
So
personally very interesting when we see it on a lot of laptops nowadays, and then not on these
yeah.
cards. But
Yes, yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, you got that USB-C port, and it has to do a lot of things. And the more functionality you can put into a limited space, the better. But yeah, desktop, I guess, is still the domain of discrete ports and
right,
special purpose connectors. So
cool. Okay, going straight down the line, we've got a bit of a different card here. I had never seen one of these of ours. This is the dual RTX 3060 Ti.
there it is. Shows its face.
I think it's cool. I like the way it
Yeah.
looks a lot.
So So the way I like to think about the dual card is that, obviously the Strix card, the Tough Gaming card, they're beasts. There's no two ways about it. They're also large, and that's how they get their performance and how they run so quiet. Not every case has room for that stuff, just as a matter of course. Extra long graphics cards, extra thick graphics cards. Um, and so the dual card kind of is a different twist on that. So if your system is smaller, um, or you just want a more affordable card, period, um, this is yours. It still has two fans with the axial tech design, so those highly swept high surface area blades with the barrier ring to direct airflow. Um, but it's got a different subtle style about it. It's got that high contrast white Asus logo. It's got that thin strip of RGB LED lighting on it. Um, so yeah, it's aesthetically and um, I guess dimensionally is the word I'm looking for, suited to maybe a different kind of build.
Yeah, I don't know. The aesthetic is really nice. It's
Hmm.
chic compared to a lot of the ROG cards are very like badass, I guess,
Hmm.
in your
Hmm.
face.
Yeah,
Like I'm a
right.
gamer, and tough is almost like military is what I get out of it. Like it
Hmm.
feels very industrial,
Stealth fighter.
and this is I don't
Yeah,
know future cop
clean,
vehicle clean. I don't know what you should
clean.
call it. Yeah, the RGB lines, those very like narrow lines cutting through it.
Hmm.
I love it. I really do.
Yeah. I think this is a 2.7 slot design, so
Okay.
it's still a large cooler, but it's just not large lengthwise.
Yeah.
So you're still getting plenty of surface area for high performance. Um, what was I going to say?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, the 3060 Ti does not have SLI connectors anymore. Which
oh,
was,
right.
that's honestly the concern with a lot of those extra thick coolers is like, how do I even uh, put two graphics cards on the motherboard anymore? And the answer is, unless you're using an application that's doing GPU compute across two unlinked graphics cards, you're not doing SLI anymore. So
3090
it's
can,
less
right?
than, yeah, the 3090 can, but the
Yeah.
3090 is special.
Good luck getting two 3090s, let alone getting one, right?
Well, yeah, but yeah, so yeah, for single graphic, modern systems, single graphics card, you know, this will fit into a wide variety of cases. It's just kind of the go everywhere, do everything member of the family.
Yeah. Then there is a slightly different version of this card. We're talking about smaller form. It gets even smaller.
Yeah. So if the dual card is still too big, if you're a mini ITX builder, and every cubic millimeter matters, we have the dual mini RTX 3060 Ti. And this card sticks to two slots only, which is important for many ITX cases.
Hmm.
Um, it's also important for Intel's latest, I think, Nuke 9 Extreme, which is a little, that's their compact gaming PC with like a modular compute card. This will drop right into it. Um, it's I've held one of these in a past version, and it's extremely tiny, and so but even with its reduced size, there's still a high surface area heatsink under there. There's a heat pipe cooler under there. Um, Plenty of fins. It's got that wraparound RGB LED light strip on the side there uh, for that little touch of enthusiast
Yeah.
um, spice.
Makes it feel
So yeah.
modern.
Mhm. And but yeah, I mean, mini ITX is getting. It seems like it's getting more and more popular, and the number of cards that cater to it that combine both high performance like this and such a compact size, there's not a lot out there. So yeah, mini ITX builders especially will want to take notice of this one.
Yeah. Yeah. Now we finally have something in Ampere that will fit the bill.
Hmm.
Well, This seeing the dual card when we first showed this off a few days ago was a surprise to me. Then we had the dual mini. Well, it gets even more extreme with this KO edition, which is
Hmm.
a line that I had no idea about.
Wait for it. There it is. Okay, so yeah, so when I think about the KO edition, I like to think of this card as the one that takes a little bit of the best of everything in our lineup. It's got the shorter overall length of the dual card, the twin axial tech fans of the dual card, but then where the dual card is a really clean, subtle design. This one is much more punchy.
Yeah. The
It's got the
gold, the
gold, it's got
silver.
gold
Yeah.
and silver accents on the front, those face plates, they have addressable RGB LEDs under the KO logo there. So if you mount this card vertically, especially, it will that stuff's just gonna draw the eye
It's going
like
to pop.
um yeah.
Yeah.
And it's got the addressable RGB LED Asus logo on the side as well. which, And you can actually see in this shot, it actually has that backplate cutout that our Strix and TUF gaming cards have for that better exhaust airflow. And we carry over the dual mode BIOS switch, which is something I haven't really mentioned, but it's on the Strix and the TUF gaming cards as well, where you can select different fan curves depending on whether you're going for maximum performance or you're chasing down the quietest operation. So yeah, this card offers a little bit of everything.
Yeah, I love those physical switches, especially as we have so many more cases nowadays where you can just open the side really easily,
Mhm,
tap that switch to quiet down your desktop if it's being a little bit too noisy for whichever case you're
mhm,
you're in. It's a cool feature that
mhm.
I'm glad to see on most of these cards now.
Yeah. Anything, I've used our software for years. I think it's great. Some people prefer not to install things. I can respect that. And so if you want control over your card without installing anything, you can just flip that switch,
Mm.
change the performance to suit.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Very arcade vibe on this card. It says KO win, which to me makes me think of like I actually spent some time in Japan and played a lot of fighting games in the
Mhm.
arcade. And I don't know, just the
Yeah.
KO win, the aesthetic, all of it
Yeah.
really makes me
Yeah.
think of that, which is cool.
Mhm. Yeah, I like it a lot.
It's actually interesting.
I
People
was
in chat were saying they wish there was like a 3070 version of the dual card. People want other versions of this card. Maybe someday we'll get something like that. Who knows?
So we are making there is a dual 3070
Oh,
in the
really?
works.
Oh,
Yeah, I believe there is. I'd have to go back and
we
check,
might have
but
just leaked some knowledge.
well, it's in the intro article. I'm
Right,
not
right, right. Okay.
yeah, I'm not yeah, not revealing state secrets here, but yeah, it's
Stream can hope.
yeah. I believe that yeah, let me go check this real quick cuz I could swear,
Sure.
but I don't trust my memory.
Well,
There is a dual 3070 as well. So if you want slightly that
that aesthetic.
you want more power, that aesthetic, same package, that card
I just posted on
is coming.
Twitter a photo of a build I'm doing for my wife because today is Asus PC DIY day and I'm building her a
Hmm.
machine. I have not got my hands on a GPU yet, and now that you're telling me that I could potentially get my hands on a dual 3070 in the future, it is perfect for the aesthetic we're going for in that build because it's a
Hmm.
very black and white style build with RGB to spice it up in
Yeah,
between.
yeah.
Okay, well, I mean, I just talking about the 3060 in general once again. This is really in line with the 2080 Super. We were talking about the
Hmm.
2080 Super starting at $699. This card is going to start at $399. We can take any
Hmm.
questions from chat if you guys have any questions about these graphics cards. Jeff, any other thoughts before we get to some questions?
No, I think this lineup is there's something in here for everybody. Again, this is sort of enthusi the enthusiast friendly model, and I think the price to performance is great. So whether you want the most tricked out card possible or you're going for something more compact, there's a 3060 Ti for your build.
Yeah. No, we do mean the 2080 Super, not 2080 Ti. 2080 Super is a card.
Correct. Hmm. I think, again, if you're doing these rough generation to generation comparisons, the RTX 3070 um, slightly exceeds the performance of the 2080 Ti. So this is just down the stack a little bit.
But if we put a 2080 Ti next to a 2080 Super, Ti is better, right?
Yeah, it's still a faster card.
Yeah. Okay. Thought so. It's confusing when there's so many different cards in Ti versus Super. I believe the winners have been picked, but guys, unfortunately, we don't have any news on that. That's our colleagues, and I know they were doing that on social media. So I would imagine that is going to be a private email sent to the winner. They don't always announce that publicly, but they might.
Right.
They might. But unfortunately, we don't have any answers for you.
Follow.
Yeah,
I think it's
Asus
underscore ROG.
Yes, that is correct. And
Yep.
Asus USA.
Asus underscore Asus USA, Asus underscore ROG for more information on the giveaway we're doing.
Yep. 2 lucky winners of 3080 cards. Very cool. We got to see a lot. You guys should actually check out the past broadcasts here on Twitch because there was a lot of really cool content, information if you're trying to build a PC yourself, and much more. Just, a lot of people talking about what it's like building your first PC, and we even got to see some amateur builders take a stab at it live and race. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah, there was a lot of cool stuff happening today for PC DIY Day. So be sure to check that out in the VODs.
Yeah. Now, obviously, with the 3060 Ti, they have just started going on sale yesterday, I believe. So keep your eyes out. I know Newegg has been posting in-stock notifications on Twitter for those of you that are hunting for cards like I am. I know it's an unprecedented year across the board, and trying to grab any of these new RTX cards or the new Radeon cards, it's been a challenge, I'd say.
Yeah, Newegg, I've been pestering Jake, actually. I've been like, hey, Jake, Newegg's going to
You're not pestering me, you're helping me. You actually sent me a link today, and I was a little hesitant, and I waited like maybe 6 seconds to like click add to cart, and it was gone. Like really just poof, gone.
Yeah, Newegg on Twitter, if you don't already follow them, give them a follow. They will let you, I've seen them post updates on when new rounds of stock will be going up, so they're good about that. Yeah, and good luck.
Good luck. Yeah, that's all we can say. But yeah, guys, here on ROG Pulse, we talk about different things every week. The 3060 Ti was announced this week, so of course we talked about it, and that's generally how we're going to do things. With CES coming up this January 2021, really right around the corner as we're now in December. That's kind of crazy to think about. It feels like it's March 21 by now, but it's actually December. It's been a long year. But that means CES is coming up soon, which means a lot of announcements, a lot of new devices, a lot of new cool things on the horizon. And we're going to be diving in to talk about each and everything we have to share. Speaking of which, we're going to be delving into kind of behind the scenes on our power upgrades we're making to our devices on like our laptops, basically charging, power efficiency, you name it. We're doing a show on that for Pulse next week. And then we're looking to do a live teardown of the ROG Phone 3 the following week. And I have never seen a phone taken apart from start to finish. So I'm actually thrilled for that.
There's a ton of cool tech packed into that phone.
I bet. Phones are insane nowadays.
To deliver the performance that you get from that and the consistency of that performance. I won't spoil it, but that's, if you're interested in mobile performance and the stuff that goes into it, you'll definitely want to check out that show.
That phone has a 144 hertz display, right? That's crazy for a phone. It really is. A lot of cool stuff.
It's a beauty.
Yeah. Jeff, any final words for our viewers tonight?
No, I think we covered everything. over on the RTX 3060 Ti. What are you playing tomorrow, Jake?
Tomorrow, I'm going to be diving into a game called Control, a game that really
Oh,
excels with ray tracing, DLSS, going to be trying to push it to the limits. And we've been talking a lot about the difficulties in acquiring an RTX card for the 30 series. And here I've been waiting for my turn to get to play with a card that we're passing around here at Asus, one of our
yeah.
3070s. So I'm finally going to get to try a 30 series card. It's supposed to arrive tomorrow afternoon, and I'm just praying that it gets here before the stream, because I'll be streaming around 4 p.m. here on the channel. If it doesn't get here in time, I'll be playing on 2080. It'll still let me to play with all those fun features. But
so Control is one of my favorite games of recent memory, and it is just an absolute showcase for everything RTX.
that's what I hear.
DLSS 2.0. There's miles of polished linoleum, polished stone, glass office windows. Just the reflections are insane. And it's a fun game. It's a fun game with a good backstory, and it's a complete package.
See, I'm pumped because
really,
it's kind of one of those games where I know I'm gonna like it, so I refuse to consume any trailers or anything. I know what the game art looks like, just the girl with the red hair. That's what I know about it. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
And what you just told me, you just spoiled things. Told me about reflections being nice. How dare you?
Well, I'll zip my lip and let you experience it in its full glory for the first time.
It's purest form. Should be a lot of fun.
The 3070 will do a great job with DLSS and RTX on.
Yeah. But yeah, guys, we do these shows every Thursday and every Friday. We have live streams here. Obviously, we had the PC DIY show earlier today. A lot of other cool stuff getting mixed in between tournaments, you name it. So hit that follow button as we are building up more and more streaming and non-streaming, like straight to YouTube content here for the Asus community, showing off some of our coolest hardware. I'm really pumped to get my hands on some other toys like a 360 hertz monitor. Really looking to play with one of those sooner than later, hopefully, if we can get our hands on one. And then we've got some really cool new mice and keyboards on the way. There's endless things to dive into here. But guys, for us here at ROG Pulse, thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next time. GG's.